Dr. Linda Westman here talking about tight hamstrings and some of the causes and something you can do about it, and shoulder pain. Now we have previously talked about doing the neck. Now we're going to talk about the shoulder and the legs, arms and legs, but the shoulder pain often has to do with some irritation or in other words, some difficulty with somebody in our lives. And often when it's on the right side, it's energy going out, it can relate to a male, and on the left, female, this is where energy comes in. And from my practice, my experience with clients, I have found it to be accurate that this was for a feminine, but also if there's a woman who is very strong energy out, it could relate to this. But the point is that if there's a problem with the arm where it hurts to go up here, then you go either down here or this way down. In other words, you move in the opposite direction, similarly to what I have shared about the neck and the low back. So if this hurts over here, somewhere it hurts, maybe here, because it's too tight and it's being stretched, then you move it back the other way. And just hold your arm back there and breathe those 3 and relax and ask for support. And all of you pray, you ask for support and ask to have the love within you awaken for all of the people in your life, for yourself, compassion, love and compassion, understanding and compassion for whatever situations may be involved in this sore shoulder. And then after 3 breaths and asking for support and having compassion for whatever's involved, you could be very right, but that we actually attract to us what's inside of us. So then you go back and it's freed up. My arm moves a lot farther even though I didn't know it was tight before. So now also if it's the other way, if going back this way is difficult or painful, the muscle's too tight, then you go this way and hold it this way. I didn't do this. Did the other one? Yeah. So then you can hold it this way for those 3 breaths. Now the same thing is true for any part of your body, with your fingers, with your wrists, with your elbows. Sometimes the elbow hurts because one of these bones in the elbow is slid down here, carrying something, and that needs to move back up. So just moving in all directions with your elbow will help put the bones back into place and the pain release. And the same is true for the wrists and the ankles. So basically So there's different ways to release muscles of the spine too. Having a racquetball, they're a little smaller and softer than tennis balls, but you can put them into a sock and then roll your back, putting pressure along the spine. And also up here, it's very helpful to free that up because these muscles go to the lungs and the heart, which are important to bring in oxygen and share that life force, our breath, with all of the body through the blood. So having that area kept open is important. So now for the legs, for the calves, we all know about stretching the calves, going like this, and using what we learned about giving the muscles slack for the hamstrings, since they contract in this way, lifting the leg, moving the leg back. If you put them in that position, even lying in bed, it can help relax the hamstrings. And then you can also work on the sitting bones where they attach. So you push upward towards the attachment and down towards the attachment, and that will help let it release by giving it the slack, by putting your leg back, or like I'm doing. So all muscles can be released, but the pain from cramping in legs is nutritional, mostly when we're not getting the minerals in our food. And I don't have the specific products that would be best for everyone in my head. I haven't worked on that, but I do know that anytime you get more minerals in your natural food, I'm talking about fruits and vegetables, and you can cut them up and you can juice them and you get the nutrition that is necessary. And it's a significant issue now to consider learning who's growing food, who has extra zucchini or cucumbers, and meet those people because of the importance of the raw materials that our bodies work with. Again, if you have any questions about these movements to release pain, always check in with a health professional, because it could be something that is totally unrelated to a simple thing. It might be something you need help with. So that's the completion. I'm thankful for having the opportunity to share this. Thank you. When I was shopping one time, I saw a woman who was holding her arm. She was kind of working with it. So I asked her if she had a sore arm, and she said yes. And I asked her how long it had been, and then I asked her what happened just before that. And she said, actually, first I muscle tested to see what was going on, and one bone had moved. But then I asked when was it and what was going on, and because it was her left shoulder, which relates to females, I asked if there had been anything that was going on with a female in her life. She said, oh yes, my daughter, this and that. So then we just kind of let the muscles relax of her arm, and later she tracked me down in the store and said that my arm feels good now. She was very happy. And this is a little story to let us understand that when we have a tightness in our body, or even an injury, why is one area injured instead of the one right next to it? Often it relates to what's going on inside of our minds, and what is going on inside of our minds has dropped in there when we were young and we had to survive, like in the womb, and when we were a year, all the way up until we're 13. But we're a sponge, and everything from our parents, just so we can survive, goes right into our cellular memory. We call it carbon-based memory, and that is what runs us when we're stressed. Those things come out of us, and it's very kind of amazing that when we're really super stressed, worried about bills and things at work and children and the noise and the traffic, that something will come out of us that was implanted, that we heard, that went into us so we could survive in our environment, and it comes out of us and we don't even realize we said it. Someone will say, well, you said this, and we have no recollection because it's in the unconscious mind. We weren't consciously choosing to say that. So it is an opportunity to realize that if things are going to get better out there, I have to change in here, because our eyes and ears bring in signals, neurological impulses into our body, but there's no colors. It's it's basic electrical energy, and it's not actual. In other words, we have filters that allow us to see what is inside of us. That's how it is. It's how our bodies and brains work. So what it means is that if the world's looking really bad out there, it's an opportunity to know there's something in here that I can change. So the tools to change it are ancient wisdom that actually was shared with Yeshua when he was teaching. He was teaching people how they could change those things inside of themselves, which were a filter for them. I mean, a way through which they would see the world. So then we work on ourselves with the wake-up sheet to write down the things that bother us and what we actually want from that. What's our goal? What is it we'd rather have than somebody making noise and we can't sleep all night or something, whatever it might be. And then we cancel that goal. We say, no, all right, I don't need that. And then what's underneath it, when we were a child and Dad was working nights and the child was told, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet all the time during the day. And what joy could you have? You had to shut down your own joy of life in order to let Dad sleep. That was very important. So this is an example that just came up in my mind that is an opportunity to gently clear out these. And I celebrate your journey to having heaven here now. Join me in that. Let me know how you're doing, and I would love to support you.
Where can we find the wake up sheet?
Oh, and the wake up sheet is on the website. Thank you, at whyagain.org. WHYAGAIN, not just the wake up sheet. And also there is an app that you can put on your phone. There's several to choose from at Aramaic Forgiveness, and that's at the App Store. Aramaic, ARAMIC, Forgiveness, and there you can write down your feelings, and they write the goal, and it walks you right through it. There's a lot of tools. And Dr. Michael Rice and his wife Jeannie have a radio show, so you can also listen every day. And Dr. Tim Hayes is on Eastern Time from 12 to 1, and Dr. Rice from 1 to 2, and that's Monday through Friday. And the phone number is also on the website. So there's lots of support out there. Enjoy your journey. Thank you.